Imagine waking up from a 70-year nap to find everyone's obsessed with TikTok, except you're a super soldier from World War II. That's Captain America's life. One minute he's a scrawny kid in Brooklyn. The next he's the epitome of fitness goals. But for every shield throwing victory, there's a squad of villains scheming in the shadows. These aren't your average bad guys. They're a rogues gallery of ideologues, assassins, mad scientists, and secret societies. Each one mirrors a piece of Steve's story, his values, his losses, and his unbreakable will. Ready for the ultimate villain roll call? Let's dive in. No boring history lecture, we promise. At first stop, we got the Red Skull, ideological terror. In a world at war, one man's dream of freedom met another's lust for domination. Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull, debuted in Captain America Comics #1 on 1941 as a failed super serum test subject whose skin turned chalky white and whose grin froze into a crimson skull. Rising to lead the Hydra organization, he wove propaganda like a master coder, convincing desperate masses that strength alone secured safety. His signature weapon, the Cosmic Cube, bent reality to his will, erasing cities, rewriting history, even warping hearts toward fanaticism. Every showdown with Steve Rogers tests more than muscle. On D-Day beaches, Cap fought grenades and goose-stepped zealots. Later, he battled Schmidt's ideological blasts, radio transmissions that turned brother against brother. In the 1984 arc, The Red Skull Lives, from Captain America #297 to 300, Schmidt's return in modern times reminded readers that evil adapts, from Hitler's armory to boardroom back rooms. Most chillingly, Schmidt has cheated death, cloning himself, transferring his mind to new hosts, resurfacing as a ghostly whisper in every Hydra cell. The Red Skull is Cap's dark mirror, unwavering belief twisted into tyranny. To defeat him, Rogers must shield not just bodies, but minds, proving that true freedom demands vigilance against the corrupting allure of absolute power. #2 is Crossbones, merciless precision. Imagine a bullet guided by pure vengeance. Brock Rumlow, aka Crossbones, first appeared in Captain America #359 on 1989. A former special ops soldier turned Hydra hitman, he abandoned all ideology for the thrill of brutal efficiency. Donning a skull-painted mask, he perfected urban assassination. Sniper, perches on towering ledges, remote detonations in crowded streets, and lightning-fast knife strikes that leave no witnesses. Unlike ideological foes, Crossbones fights for the rush. In the acts of vengeance, he ambushed heroes across the Marvel universe, proving his brand of chaos transcends borders. His vendetta became personal when he orchestrated S.H.I.E.L.D.'s team fall in Captain America on Volume 5-2007, unleashing bomb squads in the heart of headquarters. Even defeated by Cap's shield, Rumlow's smirk never wavers. He treats survival as a game of chicken with death. Crossbones forces Steve Rogers to confront a stark truth. Evil doesn't need a manifesto. It thrives on unpredictability and fear. To stop Rumlow, Cap must pair his moral code with the ruthless instincts of a warrior, balancing empathy with ferocity to outmatch an enemy who knows no bounds. Next at #3, Baron Zemo, aristocratic revenge. What price vengeance when your family name demands it? Helmut Zemo, introduced in Captain America #168 on 1973, inherited not just a title, but an obsession. After his father fell to Captain America, he donned a crimson mask and wielded lethal toxins, silent, odorless gas that dissolves veins in seconds. Zemo's battleground isn't Roble, it's trust. In the Under Siege storyline, he fractured the Avengers from within, pitting friend against friend and exposing hidden resentments. He kidnaps world leaders, blackmails governments, and orchestrates betrayals so elaborate they make Hydra schemes look amateurish. His calm demeanor and tailored suits cloak a mind that plans 6 moves ahead, each trap more insidious than the last. Every confrontation demands more than brute strength. Rogers must untangle conspiracies spanning dark alleys and marble boardrooms, proving that ideals can outlast meticulous revenge. Baron Zemo reminds Cap that sometimes the deadliest foes don't charge headlong into battle. They sit behind polished desks, cracking knuckles over chessboards where human lives are the pawns. At number 4, The Winter Soldier, Frozen Betrayal. What if your best friend returned to kill you? James Bucky Barnes, Steve Rogers' loyal sidekick, fell in World War II's icy seas and resurfaced decades later as the Winter Soldier in Captain America Volume 5, number 1 on 2005. Brainwashed by Soviet handlers with a cybernetic arm replacing his shattered one, he became a silent assassin unleashed on world leaders. In the 2005-6 Winter Soldier, Bucky executed covert missions with surgical precision, rooftop infiltrations, stealth drownings, and zero-trace disappearances. His emotional impact eclipsed battlefield carnage. Every time Cap raised his shield, he faced haunting flashes of their boyhood bond. Their duels crackled with tragic irony, Steve fighting not just a killer, but the memory of laughter shared on training grounds. The Winter Soldier forces Rogers to wrestle with guilt and hope. Can you stop a friend without destroying him? Ultimately, Bucky's redemption, earning back his soul in Captain America number 14, reminds us that heroism can prevail over brainwash and that the fiercest rival may be the one you love most. Up next is Arnim Zola, Digital Madness. What if death was merely step 1? Dr. Arnim Zola debuted in Captain America number 208 on 1977 as a master geneticist in Hydra's Nazi labs. After the war, he transferred his consciousness into supercomputers, robotic chassis, and covert SHIELD team databases, becoming a viral nightmare of flesh and code. In the early 90s, Operation Galactic Storm, Zola's digital tendrils infected interstellar networks, demonstrating that his experiments weren't confined to Earth. He unleashed killer AI, reprogrammed heroes into puppets, and archived human minds as data backups. Each encounter drags Rogers into cyber battlefields, dodging sentry bots, reversing deadly code, and reclaiming corrupted memories. Zola's horror is systemic. You can't punch a line of malicious code. Cap must adapt, melding brawn with hacking acumen, allying with tech-savvy heroes to sever Hydra's digital roots. Zola proves that in a world wired for convenience, the greatest threat may hide behind the next software update. Can't forget to talk about Taskmaster, Mirror Image Menace. How do you fight yourself? Taskmaster burst onto the scene in Avengers number 195 on 1980, wielding photographic reflexes that let him mimic any martial art or weapon technique after a single observing glance. He studied Cap's drills, shield spins, parries, ricochets, and turned each move into lethal perfection. In the Dark Reign Taskmaster one-shot, he led squads of mercenaries trained to fight like the Avengers, forcing Cap into a fight with his own legacy. Every shield throw returns, guided by Taskmaster's uncanny precision. Is not just a physical threat, it's an identity crisis. If someone else can be Captain America better than the Captain himself, what does that say about the man behind the mask? To win, Rogers must innovate new techniques Taskmaster can't anticipate, innovations born from heart rather than replication. He learns that true heroism isn't rote skill, but the spark of originality no mirror can copy. Now we have Carly Morgenthau, extremist activist. What happens when justice becomes a weapon? Carly Morgenthau emerged in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier movie and found a comics analog in New Warriors number 5 to 9 on 1999. She leads the Flag Smashers, radical idealists who steal supplies to force open borders, believing that equality demands chaos. Carly wields social media like a battle, viral live streams of raids and real-time global recruitment. Her targets, diplomats, aid convoys, even Rogers' own allies when they defend national sovereignty. Their clashes merge protest tactics with shield throws, creating moral minefields. Cap must prove that freedom thrives on balance, not erasure, showing that while systems can be oppressive, anarchy sows only new tyranny. Carly's firebrand charisma and youthful zeal challenge Rogers' old school values, reminding him that heroes must evolve alongside the people they protect. Last but not least, that is sin, legacy of hatred. What if evil was born in your DNA? Cynthia Schmidt or other shortwave sin debuted in Avengers number 306 on 1989 as the Red Skull's engineered daughter, raised in hidden Hydra sanctuaries, trained in both martial arts and occult rituals. She wields Black Skull magic fused with cybernetics. In Dark Reign, Sinister Six, Sin resurrects Hydra cells worldwide, using encrypted messages in pop culture broadcasts to recruit new zealots. She summons dark entities in abandoned cathedrals, then hacks defense grids to leave armies helpless as occult storms tear cities apart. Sin is ideological contagion made flesh, proof that hatred can evolve across generations. Stopping her demands more than brute force. Rogers must dismantle Hydra's mythic underpinnings and decode the symbols that enslave minds, showing that love and truth can outshine the darkest legacies. Shielding tomorrow. From Red Skull's propaganda to Sin's genetic extremism, Captain America's greatest rivals span bullets and brainwaves, ideologies and identities, steel and sorcery. Each one forged Steve Rogers' moral steel, testing his courage, compassion, and creativity. Their battles taught us that heroism isn't just about punches. It's about ideas worth defending and the willingness to evolve with the world you protect. So ask yourself, if the shield demands you stand between order and chaos, which rival would you face and which values would you hold above all? Smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and let's keep the conversation rolling in the comments.